flip this around, huh? Oh, there you go. What's the day going? Oh, it's beautiful right now. It's very moist outside. Perhaps might rain, but I love the energy in graveyards. And these are very special. I can't be certain why, but yes, we're inside of a graveyard. Would you like to see? Come look. Yes, we'll go run around here maybe a little bit, but it's such a beautiful day. Beautiful. I mean, it's just calm. I like calm days because you know why? Because I like ridiculous days too. It's just part of who we are, huh? That is, whenever I come to a graveyard, I don't really often think of the, I don't know, life and death. I don't. My mind becomes very blank and empty. It's really cool. I like it. It's very relaxing. Just, it's a silent, it has a certain smell, a certain kind of, what's it, Carson? A certain type of, I don't know. It's, it's like that. It's like that feeling after you do something. I mean, I guess in a lot of ways it is, right? After you live a life, I think it's the calmness. It's like after you have an orgasm, whatever it might be. It's that feeling. You're just going, huh. It's a relief of tension. I think is what death is, or the dead. What's up, Unstance? What you doing, man? I was seeing you a little bit. Oh, and thanks for the ducats the other day. Got me a couple beers. Yeah, so I was reading I watched a video of this Parliament thing going on. I don't know, is that what they have in Australia? They have Parliament, kind of like the British, right? Yeah, yeah. Oh, we all do, man. I get you, dude. And so like New Zealand, right? And so one of this Maori, the leader of the Maori, he was wearing a tie, but the tie was what they would classically wear to do business. He didn't wear like a tie, right? He called it he called it the funniest thing, and it's something that I've said before. Well, I never said it exactly like this, but it's a colonial noose. That's what it is. It always has been. It's the same knot as the noose. It's always been there for a reason, to pull people around by their necks. And there was a big thing that the guy that was heading the meeting was like, I don't recognize this person. I will not have them speak. Blah blah blah. Basically, like, wouldn't let him talk. And so a couple days later, because of how ridiculous and insidious his stance was, not to let him speak because he was wearing a different necktie, one made out of, I believe it was a green. I don't know. It was a green stone. Still a tie nonetheless. It was just how they, if they're doing business of some sort, it's what they'd wear. And there's probably an energy to that stone or whatever. And anyways, then you read the thing a couple days later, and he's like, I respect the person's position. I'm glad we were able to do da. And I was like, literally, whenever they were having the parliament, the guy was exceptionally disrespectful, exceptionally unwilling to hear, exceptionally an absolutist of some sort of like bullshit. And I was just like, people that play politics are really weird, man. Just a strange thing. I mean, hey. I mean, who isn't, talking shit and is one thing. I mean, politics is talking shit, but it's always in a way to never say I was wrong about something. Could you imagine going through your life and be like, no, that was just, oops, I fucked up there. I was wrong about that, and I'm trying to change my position, and then you stick with that new position. No one ever says that. They'll change their position all the time, just flip flop back and forth all over the place, like a fish out of water. That's how they all play the game. It's really annoying, and they stand for nothing. They stand for whatever gives them more, and whatever gives them more. They're it's a very, very unsustainable system of way that they act. But whatever, nonetheless. So yeah, apparently they're allowed to wear the tie that they want now. There is no they've loosened the dress code, which is cool. Good for that. Good for them. Um, Good job. Hmm. And I find that, and I think maybe the reason that I was meditating on that a little bit as well is, this guy comes in, his whole entire face is tattooed, like that's the tribal thing, that's ancestry. So like he has connection to an ancestry that these other people, for whatever reason, they connect more to, I don't know, some dead paper, some dead ink, some non-works of actual, like, I don't know, like who was building these things, who was doing this, and they just come in and like, no, that's ours, we'll have that. Like, it's we wrote it here on a piece of paper, so there it's true. I'm fine, I'll write something on a piece of paper and then that becomes true. Is that how that works? I think you should also try it. I've given you a lot of instructions on how to do it. Just realize that if you start playing with the magic, there is always, just like in any sort of combat, there is always balances and things to working with. What you doing? What do I know and think about the Rosicrucians? All in all, a little bit. I don't really have. There's not too many, if any at all, of the major league clubs or societies that I would point at and be like, that's a no good society. I just can't see it, because they all have what you see as the the left-handed or black magic. And again, I'm not against black or left-handed magic. It's just they've used it in such a deranged way that any type of these societies, if you don't understand what they're saying, you take it so far in one direction. So no, I don't. Their whole, like, there's the RC Crucian and the New World, or that kind of stuff. I see what it's saying. I agree with most of it. Not all of it, but not for the way that they're going about it, and other people are trying to implement it in a very strange, bizarre way. But yeah, as far as, like, I don't know. Like, I mean, how long you've been living? Whether you know it or not, you've come across and interacted with people in any type of secret society you could ever imagine. A society with secrets, and it's a secret society, meaning you don't know who they are. So I don't doubt that. I don't doubt there's people from other realms. I don't doubt that. So I don't know. I don't. I deal with people on an individual level. I can't say a whole group is bad. I don't see any group really, no matter how obscene it seems. I don't know that they're ever doing it with ill intentions. There's probably only a few people, but they're within certain groups. So with that being said, I don't know, man. I don't really have a problem with them. Because just because it's accredited to somebody's named RC Cruz and whoever put those up there, that doesn't mean it applies to everybody that's part of that group. It doesn't even mean it's applied to even that group itself. Because what if somebody else put that up? How would anybody know? What if there's just the person that owned the land put it there and they had nothing to do with that? They just wanted to spark some sort of discourse on whether or not people like the idea of reducing the population and blah 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 and one world this and da 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 da. There's about I don't know, probably 20% of it that I disagree with, but maybe if I understood the reason behind it, it might make more sense. 80% of it I kind of agree with, but I'd agree with it for different reasons than most people think it's for. Sick goyim of what? It's being in a graveyard? What you talking about, little guy? Being in a graveyard? No. I live in graveyards. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? I don't know. For what? Like the world is goofy and of the world culling agenda? No. I mean, am I in the way that it's presented and what's going on right now? Oh, it's absurd. It's absurd. We live in an absurdist paradox of the most deranged and delightful things. Like, it's just a weird place at this point. Obviously, the things that people are listening to and believing in, it's goofy. But the culling of the thing, I would assume if there is anything that is good in the world, that those people, those things, those ideas would not be culled. You would, if you have to take the chaff and the wheat and you're pulling the what's the good grain, what would I be scared of? I don't why if I don't believe I'm good or bad. I just don't, what, based on whose opinion. Okay, so what's anybody can do if so, if they got an army of guns and weapons and things. I mean, unless you got high level magic, there's not much you can do. You're like, well, apparently it's all getting shot to death right now. Okay, you know. But on the other hand, if the agenda is to basically cleanse the world in a sense of the deranged, the lunatics, and the idiocy, so be it. I mean, everybody, as far as I can tell, as far as I know, like whatever it is that animates your body, that the you part, that will just continue on somewhere else. Maybe you'll go to a higher realm, maybe go to a lower realm. I don't know. I don't really have a say in the matter. Yeah, I mean, that's the name on it. Yeah, so I don't know. 'Cause I don't know who that is. What's up, Leanne? How realistic do I think what is? You guys, okay, I might have to go inside in a second because it's getting a little towards rainy out here, but we can at least go hang out closer to where I do have an umbrella, but if it rains as bad as it looks like it might rain, it's not gonna work too good. Let me put my hoodie on, and we'll go walk to a different part of this thing. Sick going. How the people threatening to wipe out humanity? How realistic? Um, Only in free people's minds. I don't think so. And here's why I'll say this. I've said this every time anyone asks me a similar question. You realize they could have done it at any point in time, at any point in time that they wanted to. If there is these sick, evil, weird, strange people, they didn't need to give us the internet to communicate. They didn't need to give us anything. They could have destroyed society and went on with all their robots and whatever else they needed. And the I don't know if they did create another species or whatever. They could have done that a long time ago. There was no reason to give us like. Hold on. Like, people have been saying this for years, the return of this and kill this and destroy this. I think it's just aspects of people's awareness and consciousness that get destroyed. It's like you have to die daily. Doesn't mean kill yourself. It means to little ideas and opinions and things that you think to be true. Not so true. Most things to me are a big spooky house on the outside that when you walk inside is delightful and glorious and smells like heaven. It's like to keep away idiots. You put a bunch of crazy shit in the front. People are like, ooh, it's like the big tough guy that is like the sweetest person. Yeah, I think that's kind of what it is. It's not. It's kind of like Mars. It's not a planet of war as much as it is a planet of protection. It's at war because it's protecting something. I mean, think about movies that's always the case, where they were trying to protect something, and you thought they were at war with something. A lot of good cartoons like that. Well, not cartoons, I guess, but new things out. Let me go find a little seat over here. I mean, I could dip up in here, but I don't. Just walk around the corner to my cribbles. Let's go see what's going on. Pretty sure there's a nice seat over here. See if I can do some magic to get rid of the rain. Hold on. Just got to move a few clouds. It's a little thick, so I don't know. And the smell and the moisture level is pretty high out here. Yeah, it's probably going to rain. I don't mind it sprinkling. Go check this one out. I was like, these are like row homes for the dead, huh? Pretty awesome, huh? Let me just find a seat so I can talk to you guys. think I'll sit up near the front of my favorite area, which I have a lot of weird kind of interesting connections with. I'm not sure why. Like, I'm not sure why I moved over here. Because I used to be like, no, I've never lived next to a cemetery, graveyard, whatever. And then now I'm like, oh, it's the most comfortable place in the world. There's no humans here, just spirits. That's a lot easier to function. Well, check it out, I told you. And this side is so awesome because all the angels are over here. See? So I'll show you all the angels. Ooh, it seems like it's about to get quite moist. I might have to just go back to the building. There's a cool one. See that guy right there? You guys have to give me a second here. I mean, I could just hold up here for a second, but... Oh, here's all the angels. There you go. There they are. Slowly. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go at least dip over here. I live right over here, so you guys gotta give me 2 more minutes just so I can get underneath some cover. I'd rather be outside, but wetness does not work with this. I can't really hold my beer and my umbrella and my phone at the same time. I only have 2 hands. I do not have extra ones like, who is it? Not Ganesh. Who's the one with the extra hands? One of the blue gods, one of the Indian ones. Extra hands. Is Shakti? I always forget. I mean, I know Ganesh is connected to elephants and stuff, and Shakti and Shiva, the destroyer, and it was Shiva. Shiva has the extra hands. That's right. Shiva and Shakti. It's funny. I met some people the other day that were selling the ideas of one of the other blue gods, the Hare Krishnas. So they knew all about Krishna. Like, do you know anything about Shakti and Shiva? And like, I don't know, like they didn't know. I was like, how do you know about the blue god? How do you know about how do you know about the Krishna, the Hare Krishna, but you don't know? It's so weird. Ooh, there's some thunder. Where should I go? I guess I'll go inside, y'all. And we'll get back to whatever you... What's up, David Mannion? Well, yeah, I hear you about that, but again, with the internet and everything, and that they would have, again, they didn't need to do it. Is the point? They were already ahead of the game 30 or 40 years ago. Actually, I mean, they have been at the longest time. So there's no reason to do that. It doesn't make a lot of sense. They've, like, everybody, every couple of years, everybody's like, oh, no, the end game is now, and the end game is now. Like, dude, they've been telling you that since you came out the womb. They've been telling humanity that forever. And as far as I can tell about the history of wars and what we're told about certain things, most of it's at least overplayed and overstated, if not completely false. Uno momento, yo. Hello, puppy. Hi, baby. Hold on 1 second, guys. Yes. It always gives me a little bit of an issue with the key. There you go. It depends on how drunk I am, right? Cheers, brother. Hi, puppy. Okay, I'll say hi. I will always say hi to you. Hi. Nice to see you. Okay. Almost there. Oh, you like that guy? Well, I'll tell you this, if nothing makes sense, you gotta make sense of it, right? I don't think you can make sense of the world, because you can't know, like, what everybody's trying to do. So I guess the only thing you can make sense of is what you're doing. In a world overrun with people that babble on and make no sense about anything, I guess we look like the idiots, huh? We are almost back to somewhere I can sit down and chat. Says I gotta drop off my groceries. Oh, I'm going up. And you going up? Okay. Okay. Yeah, change your mindset. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it doesn't mean to change things. There's some important things, that you think that you have. That seems pretty certain. But you gotta realize, like, a lot of things that we thought to be true when you get old, you learn something, you go, oh shit, that's not true. Oh, oops. Oh well, move on. Oh, excuse me. Okay. We have almost arrived. I feel like taking a bus tour here. Like right now, I'd be all for one of those gerbil balls. Those big walk inside of like a gerbil. Why? Not because I want to maintain any type of distance from people, because then I could be out in the rain and still have this thing. It's a 360-degree sphere of a umbrella. Oh yes. Okay. Okay. Yeah, back in action. Action Jackson, huh? Okay. Cool. So what's next? You know what fucked me up today? I went and got two cucumbers from the store, and I'm wondering why my bill was so much, because I got some beers, I got some beers and some other things, but I was like, what the hell happened here? So I usually do not take a receipt, but I did, and I realized they charged me for English cucumbers, which, if you don't know, English cucumbers are $2.50 a piece, where regular cucumbers are like 69 cents. So needless to say, normally I would just say fuck it, but that's a few dollars. That's some snacks. So I'm gonna take that back. Luckily, I got a receipt today. Cucumbers, beers. Oh, and these Oreos were on sale. I don't normally eat Oreos, but I said fuck it. I'm gonna treat myself. Okay. Alright, who else is up in here? Cool. Welcome to my humble domicile. Thank you, Carson. Yeah. Well, maybe that's why the cucumber was so expensive. It went on a break and ate all of the nice stuff. The English cucumbers are just the long, skinny ones, and it doesn't make sense that they're any more expensive. I don't taste a big difference. Like two. How I think I think they were like $2.50 a piece versus 69 cents. I don't know. It's like that's just and the place they're selling them at. Yeah, there's some rich people around there, but I'm like, who's English cucumber? I don't know. I'll stick to my American cucumbers. Yeah, yeah. There you go. Hey, instance, there you go. I mean, English cucumber just you trust me. Yeah, they think they're so fancy. Fancy ass cucumbers. They come wearing a top hat too. They got a little good day. Well, I'll get a drink of water. You, can, get, what the hell did you just say? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess regular American cucumbers might be a little wider than they would, you know. I guess maybe length over girth. Some of these chicks, I don't know. It's the top hat and the markup. That's what it is. See, I wear these things sometimes. It's funny. You probably have seen me wear a hat as much as I leave my hair down, just because the hair is too much to deal with. This is not quite a top hat. This is just a. It's a. I guess you'd call it a baseball cap, even though it's made out of corduroy. Oh, brain ticklers. Is that because they got? Is that because the cucumbers got the little kind of knots on there? They got the little kind of like jabby things on the side. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, apparently, thanks for teaching me. I didn't know about the business of using cucumbers for dildos, but I do now. Live dildo action. Oh gosh, too good, too good. So what else? What's going on today? What's good in the world? Until I can go back outside, um, I'm going to change the direction of this conversation to something new. Maybe we'll talk about hmm, what do you fancy? Talk about Oreos and ice cream. Talk about milk. Talk about Moloch. Nah, I've done those talks so many times. Trying to find new subjects here. New subjects to my kingdom, right? The kingdom of me talking a bunch of goof on here. Is that what time it is for you? It's 12:11 here. So yeah, consciousness. Yeah, as much as I do talks about that, um, I mean, it's like a simple thing. It's just to be aware of just to be aware of what you're aware of and being involved in the moment, and then also aware of things that you don't know. Like there's things that you know that you don't know, and there's the other one that's the things that you don't know that you don't know. That is you have to just leave. And there's the other ones that you kind of, well, I don't know about that. And so for me, remember you'd asked earlier in the beginning of the video, that was you, right? About Rosicrucians and shit. I don't know them. I don't know. I don't know what their entire thing is. I know what I've read in books and online, and I've met some different people and different, that had their Masons or whatever. Um, it's just like anything. Like people individually, perfectly fine. I don't know. I don't know what their entire Do they always follow every aspect of their system of beliefs? I don't. They don't. They can't know all of it. It's why you can meet one Christian that's a terrible, terrible human, and other ones that are perfectly fine. Same thing with any religion. Same thing with any secret society. No matter what it is, because you can only know. Like, how can you know? I didn't know about the other stuff. That's like level 65. You're in level 3. Like, how's the hell am I supposed to know that was a good thing or a bad thing? You don't know. So yeah, I mean, consciousness and awareness. I don't know. It's just like I'm consciously aware that I should probably finish cleaning up my apartment because it would make me feel more comfortable. Because then, just space and feng shui. I know that, but I also know I'm feeling a little lazy, and I don't mind being in a place of depression, because it's you don't get out of life by just being always like happy, happy, joy, joy. You ever see these people smiling depressives everywhere? They say, oh, the world, everybody's got they're you so don't be so upset with everything. It's just a beautiful place. Look at how wonderful the world is. I'm like, I don't know. That just seems like lip service to me. Like, these people that are smiling all day and they're like happy, happy. I'm like, first of all, what drugs are you on? Because I don't want to be addicted to those, but I might try a couple. So I want to be that. I would like to see how to be that happy. But at the same time, they're like, are you always like that? Is that all day at home too? It's like smile at everything. That's not too conscious. That's not too conscious to me, because I don't think they're in touch with reality, their feelings, because I think their feelings are more important than, and they dismiss their feelings. Now, in the sense of, say, Neville Goddard, or the law of attraction, you have to go, okay, I know the way I feel right now, but let's try to get our mind to a better place and a better position. Of course, but that doesn't diminish, like, when you're like, if you're upset and you're pissed, like, good, feel that. That's a good thing. And I think a lot of these people, they just try to say, no, that's not how the world. We're supposed to be dancing on a bed of roses, and everything's supposed to be. Yes, I agree, but it's you know take a real good look at what's going on. Look at the people that listen to the media. Look at the people that believe in school teachers are heroes, and all of this nonsense. Look at the people that believe in this. And you have to deal with them, no matter what you think. You have to interact with these people on a regular basis. At least now you get to see who they are. So the unveiling was actually a veiling. Putting a mask on. Oh, yeah, this is the zombie apocalypse. I told y'all. I just told you. I didn't get it right. I thought that literally, I thought those things might break open and people would be like, "Rah!" Which is still funny to me. I mean, I was like 1% on that. Like, hey, the world's crazy, so who knows? But like, now you can kind of see who their brains don't work. They just want to. So that was the unveiling. That's the revealing. That's the great something. Like, finally get to see who's. If you can't tell symbolically now, symbol literacy. If you can't tell symbolically who is for what, and where they're most of them don't have beliefs. They just, I mean, actually they do. They have more beliefs. Let's do that. They have no reason. They just have belief systems that they'll just plug into to the next belief system, to the next belief system. They have no underpinning for why anything works the way it does. They don't want to understand. It's just the way it is. Can't do anything about it. Fuck it. Just go with the thing. And if you don't do it, you hate the world. Well, that's not how it is. I have a hilarious time. The government's corrupt, and I know it. The fuck you want me to do? Overthrow it? The starving people everywhere you look. Fuck you want to do? What the fuck you want me to do about it? I barely know how to cook. How to decorrupt it? I don't know. There is that sense of, if you free your own mind, everything else becomes free. Yeah, to a degree. Because there's plenty of times I thought doing the meditating in a cave and doing the fasting for a very long time, to doing vegetarian, being, I thought that would fix things. No, not really. No, they didn't see the exact relationship to how the world should function in a better way. It didn't work. It didn't happen. But as far as like the guy, I think to answer your question directly, I would say that Buckminster Fuller got it right. You have to implement a system that makes the other system obsolete. So they have a bunch of redundant systems. Or redundancy of a system is doing the same thing played over and over again. Now you make a system that's better, you don't destroy the other system. You make a system that works better, and the other system will just fail on its own. Because there's nothing, it can't continue to exist. Like where you're looking at what is called basically late stage capitalism in a way, but there's always the convert to the next system. But you still can break out of the system, which goes from well the end game. Well, not how to put this. The cycle of the systems is communism, socialism, communism. Um, that I mean, then there's a couple branches that you can get into, but it always leads into capitalism, personal freedom, blah blah blah. But then the people see that there's so many that are failing because of capitalism, of capitalizing things, and so many having a lot and other people having nothing. That the idea of a what you'd call socialism, what you call a social construct, um, communal, not in the way that you get taught about it, because those are still propagated, and it's just the same way like they propagate. The only people that propagate capitalism be good are people that have a lot. No one else really would, which is basically not many. They have a bigger platform. Doesn't make it healthy. It's not healthy. You ever see these people? They look disgusting. Well, I mean, I go look into the video that I made, and it breaks this down a lot deeper. I think it's the video for on the front of my channel. If you go to the front of my channel, it should be the one that's highlighted. You gotta go to my channel, and it's called capitalism is hmm, I'm trying to remember what I named it. It was about capitalism, socialism, and equanimity, and the difference between equanimity, equality. I'm just trying to remember because I've done a few videos like this, and how tribalism is. I think the name of it is tribalism is actual communism. If you understood tribalism, what that difference is, and the way that works, using land and the actual like a system like the Venus Project. Yeah, I hear you on that, man. Yeah, the people don't get that part. They don't get that. They're still in uh, gaga goo goo la la poo poo land, because they don't understand when you say these words. You have to understand that they're already underneath another level of corporatocracy. So capitalism doesn't exist in the way that it could. Capitalism could work if it wasn't for corporatocracy, and if that corporatocracy wasn't for fiat currency. So once you start with a fiat currency tied into a corporatocracy, then capitalism runs amok. All of these things. Hmm. Yeah, now it's so convoluted and weird. Like I don't know. Like is all of these people that are supposedly getting rich off of uh, you know using stocks, and which has always happened, right? And we're not going to get into what stocks and bonds are and attached to your birth certificate. Forget about all that. But the people that have got into using crypto, there's a lot of people that they all were about like, hey, we have the least, we want to help things, we want to start this kind of thing. If they all got rich, and then where are they? Where's their work that they're doing? Why aren't they giving me money? Because I guarantee that if anybody deserves energy and that kind of money, I do, right? Ain't nobody noticed that yet, but I'm gonna just sit here and just scrape through the days, and I'm saying that in a funny way, but in a way like, where are they helping all of these people that are supposedly now suffering because they don't their jobs and their businesses and blah blah blah, because they've made a lot of money. Um, Imagine if you created currency. No, no, that's not true at all. I've lived on beaches. I've had things. I've run businesses. I've had money. I've been all over the map, financially and otherwise. No, that's not what would happen. That's that's uh that's a very short-sighted way of viewing things, because if you were dealing with what you see, because you wouldn't create money the way it's used now, because you wouldn't leverage your money. It wouldn't be done if you were into natural law and what you'd call a resource-based economy. Resources meaning there's only so much of anything, right? There's only a hundred million oranges. There's only this many trees. There's only so much of everything. So if you're basing value, actual value on things, a diamond, a diamond, a diamond would, if I had a black card on limited funds, uh, I probably would live somewhere besides where I live now. I probably wouldn't choose a much bigger place. I don't need a lot. I'd like a different kitchen just because I like to cook. I don't need a big room. I'm not trying to throw parties. I mean, I have enough space here. This is a small apartment. It's a studio. That's what I got. You know what I mean? It's nice. It's cozy. It's right where I want to be. Would I do? No. The only thing that I'd probably add is if I did either a separate space to be a studio, to make videos, to make music, to just just a space that was like kind of open source for everyone to chill. That would be the difference. Financially, what would I do with that? Invest into things, and I'd make investments would be built differently because I would base it on different type of value, different type of value. I don't know. I couldn't imagine just continually spending money. Like I've already done enough goofy stuff. Like I wouldn't be like, what I do is instead of buying cheap beer, I'd buy an expensive bottle of something and drink less of it. I just drink cheap beer all day because it's something to do. It's just a pastime. Like what am I gonna do? Take $9 and put that into my college fund? you know? But yeah, unlimited money doesn't change. That wouldn't change much of my lifestyle. I'm certain of that. The people that run the world. Yeah, yeah. The rules don't apply to them. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah. Then I agree with you. Yeah, they don't have to do much of anything. But there was a movie. There was a movie that I watched. I forget the name of it, but it was one of the people in the movies was a like a prince, right? So he came into money, came into that lifestyle, and he he'd work out every day. He'd read books. He learned instruments. He became very affluent in everything. And he's like, the reason I do this is because I was given so much that's I should do this. I should be able to tell a good story. I should be able to look good, look my part. I should be able to have nice things but still interact with the world in a different in a way that to be well educated and well versed in things, not splitting himself off from the world. Just which I don't think a lot of people do, because what you do is they're given all that, they're just going to go and they don't know what it is. They don't know the value of a dollar, really. Like, what is the value of a dollar? Yeah, I mean, if you play with magic, it maybe has something different. If you play with stock market, it's something different. If you come into it, something way different. Since I'm on board with you, I asked people about this the other day. I was like, if everybody comes to somewhere in New Orleans, like I'm telling you, there's enough, close enough to the city, but far enough away that land is cheap enough that you'd be close enough to water, close enough to, the rivers, close enough to do whatever the fuck, close enough to a lake, close enough to whatever, and still have a community of people and building things self-substantiate, like that's easy to, like it's always funny to tell people like, yo, I know, I've built houses. I know about all this. I know properly how to put a garden together. I know how to do these things, but it's like I just don't have the money. I don't like I can't get a loan to get out the property I'm gonna need and get the startup capital. I just don't have it. Yeah, a houseboat, like living like Alan Watts. I've considered buying a boat before. That would be something I would do. But I would buy a boat and I'd buy a bunch of drugs and I would just float off into the ocean, do all the drugs, and drown myself. Pretty simple. Just eat the fish whenever I get tired of eating fish. Just take all the good drugs and just be done with it. I don't know. Or just go to some crazy islands and hang out. I would do that. But it would, being as much as I like doing, I mean, it's like being by myself and being an introvert. As much as nobody would tell you that, nobody would believe that. What's up, Danny? Um, as much as I would do that, I enjoy people too much. I like my space and I need my space, but at the same time, like for a long period of time, like no, it takes a village, man. To It's not just a village to raise a kid, but it's like it takes a village to hang out with. You need a community. Like that's the whole thing. The whole point of life is not to just sit there in a cave and go, oh, I've come to the godlike nature and I can get out of body and go in these other dream worlds. I used to do that, but then I come back here and I was like, oh, this place hasn't changed much. Like, how do I implement the things that I can do in the dream world here? And some of it you can't. It just doesn't work that way. A pontoon? Yeah, I was talking to somebody about buying a pontoon. That sounds fun. Yeah, that's so funny. A couple of days ago, I was watching a few videos on people that um, built islands, raft island houses. That that's their home, and they were dope. They were super dope too. And they were all doing it with recycled materials or found stuff. They're like living on a river somewhere, and they're like, oh well, we just found this and started to build off of this, and then got these things. They float, and then put their house on top of it, anchor it down, and da 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 da. All of a sudden, they build the next thing, and cool stuff, man. Yeah, pontoon foundation too. Like, okay, anybody want to throw some money together? There's a couple places that we could get cheap pontoon boats and link them together. You got like literally four pontoon boats. You could put a pretty big house on it, and that would be pretty stable. And then you just get a couple more. I mean, you get cheap pontoon boats for under like probably 2 grand, like ones that are just beat up and they've gone to garbage. Like man, the pontoons themselves, the things holding them up beneath there, they're in good shape, but like the top and all the electricity and the motors busted or whatever. I mean, you could build a pretty dope thing on that. Oh. Primitive technology, like using mushrooms to eat up oil spills, and like, yeah, I'm I like primitive technology in that sense, but also we didn't come from primitive people. Primitive people are the ones that try to get outside of their tools, and higher technology is where it's at. I don't dismiss the awesomeness of having a computer here. You'd consider this high technology, which is pretty high technology, right? They're using crystals in here, computer grids, blah blah blah, and we can talk from hundreds of miles away, thousands of miles away, from across the Earth grid, and interact. And you can see me, and I could probably, if we do this on another thing, we can interact. Which that's not possible with primitive technology unless you are so well at getting out of body, and you're eating clean and blah blah blah. But even at that, tools which lead to higher technology is not the enemy of mankind. It never has been. It's just been used that way because tools and technology have gotten caught up in a construct of capitalism and people having more for themselves and less for others. That was the trick. If you get rid of the idea of um, the corporatocracy running things, the capitalism running things. If you get rid of those and a fake fiat currency that leverages things, if you get rid of that, the system would balance out and everyone can have high technology. That would be closer to the truth. It wouldn't be someone like Elon Musk coming through selling Tesla cars for $80,000. Tesla would be puking. I don't think Tesla existed, but if he did, all he did was reverse engineer old technology, which is higher technology. But if he did, he'd be like, I was trying to give this away for free, and now you're making billions off it. You're the richest person in the world for giving people what I wanted to do for free. That's an insult. And anybody that finds him to be, oh, he did all this cool stuff. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Elon Musk did nothing. He made a profit off of somebody else's moves and motives to make everybody happy and equal balance. If he existed, that was the point. So it would be getting rid of people like Elon Musk, or at least the way that they go about doing things, because he's done, like, he himself. I don't think he's a smart person. I don't think he could have a long conversation with me without sounding like a moron. I don't think he could with most people. Everybody's go, oh, he's Elon Musk. He designed, and by the way, most of the Tesla technology, that's not even completely pure and exactly to the manifold of the ideas that Tesla had. Because if you ask yourself where the energy is coming from, that's not clean technology. The energy's still got to come from somewhere, and unless they're using, okay, oh, it comes from solar panels. How do they make the solar panels? Until they can clean that up, process up, you still got to walk all the way back to the point of where you're getting the energy from. And most of these energy grids that they're called green energy, they're coming from places that are not green energy. Not that I believe in the green energy movement. I'm just saying technology is supposed to be, it's how we work with the world. And it just got in the way that people are making too much. It's called usury. And even the Bible told you about it. Jesus didn't like that too much, did he? He was flipping the money changers' tables over. Um, Smoking can prevent you from getting out of body. Depends on what you're smoking, how much you're smoking, and when. That's a really deep question because it's too varied on your chemistry yourself. Like for me, I can drink or smoke or not drink or not smoke, and sometimes I can get out of body and have the most vivid, lucid experiences fasting, and sometimes it's I could go out and get drunk all day and come home, pass out, and then wake up and just go back to bed and have this crazy lucid out of body experience. Sometimes I smoke weed. Most of the time I don't smoke that much weed, but if I do, sometimes I get out of body. Sometimes I don't. So it really depends on your body's chemistry to begin with, whether or not you can. I think people that overdo any of it, I think that probably is preventative. Where the energy is coming from, the breakdown of the metabolic process, the breakdown of other materials into new things. But some of them seem to produce quite a noxious gas. And when they're always connected to people making a lot of money off of it, they don't care about the process being as clean as possible. Because there's ways of making sure that they're not dumping oils and things into the oceans and disturbing the water supplies that we're supposed to be drinking out of, and turning it into vax and pill factories and Coca-Cola plants. And we've where does it come from? It comes from an idea. The idea here, let's produce this because people want this. But then at what cost? People don't ask what the cost is because they don't think of it as they don't think of it in a larger, like, what is the cost to humanity? Well, what is that, man? Like, okay, well, but they want the product. Like, am I mad at the drug dealer on the corner? No. Am I mad at the pharmaceutical rep? No. Now, do I believe that the pharmaceutical rep or the drug dealer in the corner are bad and evil people? No. But do I know that that's not helping? Yes. How do you fix that? One just has a license to sell poison to people. The other, they're pharmas. They're pharmakia. They're poison makers. Whether they like it or. So everybody's selling shit to each other. It's like laissez-faire. Buyer beware. Whatever you get. But people believe in that shit. It helps them along the day. Would I give up? Some people, would they give up weed? No way. That's their medicine. When people give up beer? No. Some people give up Tylenol, Advil. Some people give up all of the poisonous, fattiest, disgusting foods. No. So it's just somewhere along the line, once that the trickery of the corporatocracy and the faulty capitalism worked its way in, that overseeded everything, where people that would just learn how to deal with money forgot that actually other humans' lives are being affected by what they're doing by selling them all of these garbage products. you know I mean, go look into some of these lawsuits of people. Like there was I think it was Toyota or Mazda or maybe Ford, I don't remember who it was. This was a major one for billions and billions of dollars. There was something wrong with the brake lines or something, So once they found out, they realized that the cost of recalling all of the cars to fix the problem was something like $89 million. But because of all of these people that were like getting maimed and fucked up and blah blah, there was like a $50 million lawsuit, and they said we'd rather just lose the lawsuit. Why? We don't even recollect the cars and fix the problem. They took the lawsuit because there was a $30 million reward rather than to be $80 million in debt, because they have one goal. They have to make sure their stockholders are taken care of. And stockholders don't care about that. They don't care about the whole process. It just make me my money. Just make me my money. And that's where a lot of things went very, very, very awry, because it's the best parts of that is people feeding in little pieces of tokens to somebody's idea. That's a great thing. But when it became what it is now, with the like who once you have more, it's easier to control it's easier to control the flux of the market and where money goes. What's up, Jamal Muhammad Ali? What is going on? Ali. Soul harvesting. I don't think you can harvest a soul, because a soul is a entire entity. It's like the sun. Like everything is a soul. It's a singular thing. SOL means one. Can you harvest spirit? Yes. In a sense, you can take people's spirit. Like their energy. Energy is spirit. Soul is the collective everything. So yeah, you're probably just using a different word than I would use. It's just what can I get out of this? What can I get out of this plant life? So if I go and cut down a plant life and I use it, I've harvested the spirit of that plant. So you interact with spirit. Yeah. I mean, think about it in a plant life way. You smoke something, you drink something. If I go and do an alchemical process and make a beer, if I cook some food, I have to harvest it somehow, and that's spirit of that plant. So people become larger energetic fields of spirit that other people use to get something from, which can be used in a very, very good way, where they interact in equal exchange. Hey, here's what I can do for you, and I can give you an equal measure of, for something that you do for me. But we live in a system where that's completely out of balance. It's out of whack. Oh, I am Muhammad Ali. Yeah, making wine. Yeah, to a degree, making wine is spirit cooking. Sure. I mean, anything that you go through an alchemical process to produce a result, it's cooking, spirit cooking, and there's not some evil thing to it. It's just like spell casting, just like making sigils, just like making uh, an altar, just like doing all of these things that's involved in the whole system of magic in this realm. So it's all there. You know, is any can anything be used for something negative? Sure, but is that the general purpose of magic? No, it's not supposed to be taking from someone else. It's supposed to be adding to what you have. Whatever you need, whatever you require in life. Rub the genie's lamp as many times as you want. But most people don't know the first thing about spelling, spell casting, magic, any of that. No idea. They couldn't. But yet, some of those people that don't know about that have just they were trained in, here's what you do and here's how you say it, not knowing what they're doing, but it still gets a result. You ever work at a job that's in sales? The person's like, we wrote this, just say this. I don't care, just say this. This, don't change any words in this. This is what you say, and you'll get sales. Certainly works, but it's obsessively aggressively manipulative, and it gets people to come out their pocket for things that they shouldn't. You know, they shouldn't give up that much energy and money for what they're getting in return. But yeah, that's what we've lived in a place where people, most of them don't know the spells they're casting. They don't. Uh, Druid instead of Salam. No shit. Okay. Well, that is interesting because the connection to the Druids and Well, I mean, I guess the Druids and the Tartarians and the East Asian people. There's an interesting connection there. You know, the Druids, the Vikings, uh, the Irish origins. Yeah, spelling and cursive. Yeah, it is. Well, it is. It is. But that's even second level to it, because your thought process is prior to that, and your thought process is using images. You image things first. You don't think about things in how it's spelled. You don't really care about the actual spelling until you put it on paper. But the result of a thought of an image gives you, uh, I don't know how to put it, like a, if you were vibrating at a certain, vibrate higher, be on the next level, thoughts will manifest. This is true, but your thought, but if you're not always in control of your thoughts, you'll be all over the map with what you get. You might get some good things and some crazy things, but so you have to lower your vibe sometimes, and so you go from that thought of imaging into then understanding that you're going to take those images and turn it into symbols, sigils. So those little symbols and sigils are called letters, and those letters become the words that become the language, and the language, the lang of L's. So once you start using these sigils and symbols in words, you're spell casting, and so the spell casting then starts to go back into symbolism, which then goes full around loops back to the image. It's still speaking about the image, but there's no way to express an image to somebody properly. You have to be a really, really good artist to do that, and it takes time to do that. So to get to that, they give you certain simple uh, symbols: letter A, letter B, and here's what this looks like, and here's what this means, a book. And so we can kind of start to see that. And so it's easier to read something, and then you're still, when you read something, you're imaging it in your head. So that's what is always coming back to, the image. Here, look at credit. Go to the beginning of my videos. Go to my channel and go to the beginning, the ones where I'm doing one directional lectures, where it's not interacting with people, and I'm just telling you about a breakdown of magic, spell casting, and all this. I don't want to do that right now, just because you're talking about a huge lesson on that. I've done those later in my videos. It's just such a long lesson. I don't even know where to start with that. I mean, I know where to start with it, but that would take me 2 hours to really break it down for you. I like it. Ahaya. Yeah. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, but I will do. I'll do a whole video. I'll do more videos on magic and stuff. I've just done so many of them for people, like during a show, and yeah, there's just so many videos that I've already made at the beginning of my channel. So Hamadan, I'm not familiar with that. It's like, so you got Ramadan and Hamadan and Asalam. Achaya. Oh, okay. I didn't know that was the men. Okay, I got you. Yeah. Where do I live? In New Orleans. Chabatan. Yeah, I live in New Orleans. Basically where all of the magic is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, hopefully it stops raining, because I want to go outside again, and it's just a little it's a little bit moist outside until it stops raining. Can't really where all, well, not all of the magic, but New Orleans, for a billion different reasons, is a pretty much a hub of hoodoo, voodoo, and all sorts of magical, strange culture. If you looked at I mean, if you're into the mathematics and all of that, I live literally at 30 degrees by 90 degrees, which is a center point of and like the soul of energy of the planet. I mean, there's other major marking points. You know, if you were to, it depends on where you think you live, and how all of the different lines. Because you know, depending on who's using what math, you can find different, you know, different lines and different systems that there's a reason the middle of New York City is in line with Pittsburgh, is in line with, you know, Philly is in line. You know what I'm saying? You go Baltimore, you can make a straight line, and you start making all of these interesting angles, and you'll find places that are huge hubs of power centers. You on 33? You on the 33 North? Of course you are. Yes, yes. Yeah, I'm closer to the equator. Because I don't like cold weather, and right above here it starts to get a little more chilly. You might get a little snow now and then. Yes, maybe. I moved from the north, man. Was North America? I don't know. It seems like it was. I mean, but then you got it. Then we have to start looking into like what was the Egyptian Empire? Did the Egypt really exist? If everything's backwards, if everything is backwards, and I fully mean that. I mean like slave slaves were happening white to black, not black to white, not from Africa to here, but here to perhaps, like it's just this whole. So if we say where was the original, where was the original Egyptian culture, a lot of people would say it was in America, and this is why our the pyramids are deeper underground. You can see them in other places because it was a newer system, and the connection to the Hebrew kind of the the red skinned melanated red to copper colored people. They were always in America and always some over in Egypt, kind of India. So there's something there. And some people say that here was the original place. But I think it goes back. You got to go back and forth. Yeah. How knowledgeable am I about birth charts? I could tell you how they work. Could I read yours? I wouldn't be great. There's plenty more people that I would tell you to go listen to than me. But if you go back to my early videos, I break down how astrology works and all of this. And most people, even people that know a lot about astrology, are like, holy shit, why did you simplify that so nicely? I don't know. I just see things a little different. It was painted yellow as a Tatarian, yeah. uh, yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. I hear you on the right to left. Well, here's the system of left to right. I did a whole couple videos on that and why. The reason why. Let me see if I can explain this as quickly as possible. If you're using your right arm, this is your masculine arm and it's connected to your left brain, right? And your right side is connected to your left hand, more feminine. And so the feminine is about creation, and the masculine is about rectilinearity and memory systems. So if I'm using my right hand to pull something across a page, I'm taking something out of memory and turning it into creation, which only gives me what's called um, rota learning, ROTA. Rota learning means a wheel. So you can only produce what you already know. So when you write with your right hand, you're pulling out of a memory system. That's why you look at the page this way. You're accessing a different part of your brain, and you can. It's not as creative. Watch people that are left-handed; they're always more creative at everything because they're using and they actually have to write in the opposite way. So they're taking out of creation and turning it into memory, which then gives you three dimensions to things. And so whether you're going, there's called the fire languages and the water languages. Water languages move down a page. It can go either way, and the fire language usually up and down a page, right? Uh, but they all have their purposes. But where I think that probably the best place to start writing would be left-handed, bottom left corner. Go the opposite direction. Oh, there you go. Yeah, the biblical locations seem to be in America. I mean, people say it was the maps were done the other way. That like Memphis was named after Memphis, that kind of that. It seemed like those places were before the places you're seeing over there. But hey, who knows, man? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure about the enclosed space system. That's a really long talk, but yeah, I'm pretty much there. Yeah, I don't think we're spinning through outer space in a ball. Blah blah blah. Maybe if it's a huge turtle. If you live on Turtle Island, if you live on which I mean, to a lot of people they say is just the Americas. So if you say you're from Turtle Island, it just means the Americas because of the shape of it. Other people think that we're on the back of a turtle in totality. Either way. What's up, Will Johnson? Yeah, well, I mean, you got to just change the clock completely. You got to go back to the way the Mayans were the closest people to getting the clock as correct as possible. And then, time equaling art rather than time equaling money. So it was based upon the human body. So instead of working on a 1260 clock, which also controls other things, still the moon cycle's a little off and blah 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 in our system because the Gregorians screwed something up by adding two things that we didn't need, unless they had extra fingers, unless they had a sixth finger. So but if you look at the Mayans, the way that their calendar was, it was a 1320 calendar, which was based on the moon, and then your fingers and toes. So you have 13 major articulations in the human body: your ankles, your knees, your hips, your wrists, your elbows, your shoulders, and then your neck. Those are your 13 major articulation points where they're connected to the moon. And there's 13 cycles within the year calendar. And then the other calendars were about feasting, fasting, harvesting. It was the only thing that sucked about that calendar, the only thing that sucked about that calendar is it took people that were born on a certain day and it concreted them into what they'd become. It didn't give much room for wiggle motion, to learn something new. It was like, okay, you're I'm a white electric wizard. I think that's what I am. White cosmic wizard. I forget which one. But no, if I was only that, then that's what I'd have to become. That would be the point of their calendar system. This is what you are. Yes, you will stay. Where when people understand astrology slightly different, you fill in the blanks of what you aren't, and then you become more of the center system, the sun or the monad, the symbol for a gold, which is a archer symbol or a target. It's the middle of something. It's the eye of everything. That's the point. And in the more esoteric astrology is you have to fill in the blanks where you're born in August and September, October, November you were not in the womb, so you don't have the energy from the sun or the moon in those planets. So you go out and you meditate on these type of energies. You hang out with people that were born during those times, and you work with those elements. So you'd work with fire, earth, and air rather than water because you were born as a water sign. How did I figure that out? Go to you got to be careful here though, because there's a few ones that are wrong. Go to Mayan birthday decoded, and there's a few good ones, and there's a few that will give you a different thing, so it might confuse you, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to confuse you, but you have to do a little bit of research. I think you're looking for. If you tell me the name that you find, if you put it in there, it should be one of the top 6 or 7 that show up. And there's other ways of finding out. If you want to do the legwork yourself, you just go to somebody like his name is Ian Lungold. He has good work, but that's 12 hours of watching somebody explain how all the cycles work, which is awesome stuff. But then even from there, you'd have to do a little deeper research. I think 13 moon sign and something else would be what you're looking for. Tortuga. It's a month in Sweden. That's interesting. Yeah, because when don't they always talk about the 12 around the one? So the 12 around the one is the 12 sun signs, right? With the sun in the middle. So there's 13, which is the 13 moons, months. Yeah. Mayan calendar arts. I don't know. Keep going. If I hear the right one. Oh, you're triple Aries? That's crazy. Triple Aries. Aries is a water sign, right? Because I was confused that one, right? Isn't like an Aries water and uh, Aquarius is air, which I was like they screwed me up there. Isn't Aries air and Aquarius water? Like no, it's actually unless I got Aries wrong. Hmm. No clue. Yeah, well, I mean, the fact that you're a triple Aries is crazy. So you're very much into whatever. What is anybody look up what an Aries is? What element? See, this is the kind of shit I've taught this shit for so many years, but I have never out of all the shit that I can figure out, no, I've never just sat down and put into my brain what the 12 signs are. Just never done it. Aries is fire. Ah, fire sign. Okay, very fiery, but mutable fire, right? It's ruled by Mars, so either protection or aggression. Ram, Ram, yes, Ram. Ah, you know what? That's so fucking funny because I wrote an entire when I used to do writing. Like I used to write a lot. If you ever want to go check out my writing, it's called ZenAlchemist.wordpress, and look up one. It's called Aries, Ram, Mars, and Mary and Mercury and Mary, Army, Mars, and it's a whole way of understanding that. And I should have just I don't know why I thought didn't think about that, but yeah, Aries is Aries mutable though? It's not because so Leo out of the fire signs is obviously the most absurd. Leo is like, oh, ruled by Mars just means ruled by fiery passions of either war or protection. What I'm saying is okay. So you have the each one of the signs is either you'd say mutable or expressive, or what are the three ways it'd be mutable? A kind of the archonic version. The I forget the names they use. Yeah, well, John. Yeah, it is what it is. It's not good or bad. Yeah, what are the so you have mutable signs. You have the um substan. I doubt it's mutable. Yeah, what's the other one? It's mutable. The one that's movable, mutable, and then the one that is like the deacon of the signs, right? Yeah. So the Leo is the one that's the deacon, and then you have mutable, and then you have the one that's not mutable but moves. Hmm. Yeah, one of these days I'll just sit down and read a. I'll completely like I've already read the books. I just never stuck that shit in my mind about like which one. Mutable just means to kind of subdue a little bit. Yeah, subdue. So Aries is the cardinal. Oh, so that is the cardinal. Okay. So what does that make? What does that make Leo then? I thought Leo is the cardinal sign. Cardinal is the virtuous, like it will always be that. You know, it's like think of a cardinal direction. It's a very it's north, south, east, or west, the cardinal. There you go. So like that's why I was saying deacon or church. Uh yes, I'm also a world bridger. This is correct. Subduable. Yeah, like to subdue something to make it to just quiet it or like Leo is a okay, so you have cardinal fixed and then mutable. Yeah. A cardinal is specific to hey Will maybe give that a little deeper like what does it actually mean because I could probably I'd be going so the fixed sign won't move. Oh, what does world bridger mean? That's according to the Mayans. It means that it's so interesting. All of the books that I've ever read, and before if I knew anything about this, it means that I take one world and bridge it to the next. I mean, it's like being a ferryman, like to bring someone's ideas from there to here, across the waters. Kind of like you ever see somebody that takes you to heaven or to the underworld? It's that person. The person is not affected really by either one, but it kind of moves things, you know, for a reason. I mean, I'm a Gemini too, which is also dualistic, and I'm pretty sure I'm a double Gemini, meaning sun and moon Gemini. And then I think, I think my other one is Just the balancing one. Gotta have 4 Mercurian Geministic signs running around in my brain. Yeah, so a world bridger is just that it brings 2 ideas together. And one of my favorite books is by Herman Hesse. What are you talking about? No, no Zen, no Zen not, no Zen, no, no. How dare you? I don't know what you're saying no to. My favorite book is Siddhartha. Siddhartha, the whole thing is he's like the Buddha, but he is essentially a world bridger. He's a ferryman. Ferryman is a world bridger. Wait, Danny, you're a self-existing white wizard? Is what you are? Yeah, I thought I was a electric white something. Because I remember white was the because yeah, you have the I forget how they explain it. It's like the tribe, then you're always connected to another tribe, but through a different like the same type of person. But there's like one in the red tribe, one in the white, one in the hmm. Yeah, whatever the one is, it's so funny. Whatever the one is, whatever the symbol is, it's the white symbol, and there's 2 cheeks, a mouth, and a tongue sticking out. That's me. Whatever that one is. I think the number is 181. If you look up the chart, you know the big master chart. I think it's 181. I think it's 2 straight lines and then 2 dots. I'm pretty sure it's 181. Could be wrong about that. Danny, are you drunk already? Are you just saying things? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, yeah. Hey, EML. If you don't know Danny, so this is like your first time here. Oh, okay. You'll get to know. Danny is a strange fruit. Very pretty strange fruit though. I don't know who's more of a spaz, me or her. I'm pretty sure it's her though. I'm just I'm just goofy. She's spazzy. Oh, cool. Oh, but so you've heard me talk dumb shit before. This isn't the first time. This you've heard me before, but you never interacted. Cool. Whatever. But yeah, this is Oh, and as I will just as we'll do the a little corporate currency as try to what like a commercial right now. Is that what they do? Commercials on a live show? Yeah. If anybody wants to donate to me, feel free. It should be beneath. It's PayPal or Cash App. That's how I get around. PayPal.me/TSARXEN. You gotta capitalize the T and the X. Or Cash App $TSAR, capitalize the XEN. And then you can yeah, donate to me for my awesomeness. Yes, and I do appreciate it. Yeah, well, I mean, well then maybe you're on one of the weird sites, man. Credit. Uh, oh shit. Oh, you've been fucking with my stuff for that long? Cool. That's awesome. It's always interesting when I see different people come through. I'm like, I try not to let it go to my head at all about like whenever I'm talking. I'm just saying whatever I'm saying, and I'm like, imagine if there's like really interesting people or awesome people listening to me. Like, that'd be strange. And that would get in my way. It would just like get in front of my head. And I'd be like, oh, what should I say to impress upon someone something? And I just I try not to mess with that because that'll get in the way of the rhythm and the flow of what I'm doing, you know. And it's always interesting too. Like sometimes when people like, oh, yo, I put people onto your show, I'm like, you gotta set people softly into my show. You can't just go to anyone because people might get a little like, holy shit. Like some people's, they'll click on a urine therapy video, and if your person's not into that, it'll come across all weird. But if they start somewhere else, it might be that. Then later that will make sense. Yeah, there's really no. But I've also left it at the point that there's so many videos that I put out there. I don't know how many thousands now. That it's like you'll get in where you fit and you'll find information if you need to. It's about the size of it. Yeah, urine is liquid sunshine, basically. Yeah, basically. You want to get out of body. You want to get out of body quick. Just start drinking some aged urine. See what happens. I mean, you still have to learn how to. You still have to learn how to like relax your body because you'll be on such a high vibe with it. Yeah. I mean yeah. The light of Jesus in all of us. Yeah, in the sense of like I've studied a lot of Neville Goddard. Being a Christian mystic and understanding the Bible from a very esoteric standpoint. I've studied it in many ways, and I've always gotten that it's an astrotheological book. It's a book about mentalities, and there's a little bit of history in there. It's about the human body. So it's an onion of things. But so is the Quran. So is other books too. Just seems like the best translation, the easiest to read for an English speaker is the Bible, which is a sun book, and the Quran is a moon book. This is what I've heard. I can't qualify those two things too much, but and Jesus is basically imagination. That's about it. I don't think some dude walking around. I don't care what color anybody said he was, because if they say he was black, then they mean they're talking about maybe the black sun. And then then you have to start getting some Hotep shit, and like I don't know. It's like there's so many, like, depends on who you talk to and what their view of it is. Unless for me it's pretty simple. Like most of it is allegory, but it rests in some sort of truth. Like Jesus as an allegory is a imagination, and the Mount Pineal is your pineal gland, and Golgotha is your head, and you know it's all written there perfectly. But because we don't know the translations and we're reading it too exoterically, we can never see what it says. Yeah. Don't drink after 7. Oh man, I met Neville out of body. I did meet Neville out of body. And imagine where I met him. I remember him sitting at a bar. I was walking around and I was like, where the hell am I? I went to his bar. I was like, holy shit. And Neville Goddard just sitting there. And he's like, what's up? I was like, you are Neville motherfucking Goddard. I said, yes, I am. I was like, wow, it's crazy. Well, the cross I always heard was a symbol of the human body, and the cross is just your body. It's just what you're carrying around. Like you crossed into this realm, and that's what you carry. And if the sun is within you, within your eye, and you have vision, that's upgrade. You're supposed to always have it, but yeah, Danny, don't get drunk. Yeah, right. Danny, don't get drunk or smoke weed or do anything. Nope, never. She lying. You lie like a rug. You lie like a Persian rug. Yeah, Mecca, the black cube becomes the cross. Yes. This is why the connection between the cubic, the world being in, you could say cubic or cubits, and how things are measured. Yeah, the unboxing or unfolding of time. Yeah, why they walk in that they spin around a box the other direction. They're creating a vortex. Same thing as bull riding. One hand up, one hand. Same thing as the oh wow, why am I tripping on their name? Um, the dancing ones starts with a D. They have the big hats. They always put their left hand up and they spin counterclockwise. One hand is to the sun, the others to the earth, and they're spinning. They why am I'm just lost on their name. Somebody knows it here. Talked about this so many times. Like I think when it's kind of like when you have so many pages open in your head, kind of like you're playing on a computer and you got like 800 windows open. You're like, which one was it? The Whirling Dervishes. Jesus Christ, that's so easy. Yeah, Danny is she's from no. IML, no. She's from she's which special one are you, Danny? Don't ever call Danny Mexican. Sufi dancing, yeah. Thank you, yeah, the Sufis, the whirling dervishes. Thank you, Earth. Thank you, let us. Yeah. No labels. No labias. Lies. No, you still gotta. No, you still have to have your rich culture and history. Like you still cook the way you cook and do what you do. Yeah, no labels, obviously. But she's from a certain place over there in a very small island, uh, close to. I mean, she's not from there, but Darwash. That's more. Isn't that a little more like Hindi? The Darwash. Not an Indian. No, she's not Indian. She's just don't call her Mexican. Is all I'm saying. That always gets her going. Hey, your number came to 20. Have a hard time. Yeah, well, okay. Here's what we'll do. If you come back another show, we'll do it. We can do it on a Zoom chat. And I'll just go to the site for you and shit. I would just go to a couple other ones that it should be pretty easy to figure out, and they should have a chart with it. Just go to a couple other of the websites, man. It should be way easier to figure out. It should connect for you. So that's why I said a couple of them I don't trust them because I've used like 5 of them, and one of them it didn't give me the same result. And then I was wondering what kind of program that they put in there. Yeah, Darwash Dervishes. Okay, cool. You know what? Why Danny's gonna be quiet now? Why Danny gonna be quiet? Who's your people, Danny? I thought I rep these people too. Danny used to tell me that I was one of her tribe. Although I don't know. I think I'm a mutt of many different denominations and things. I don't know. Uh, I can't believe that Denny's left. She doesn't have any labels. She doesn't want. She wants her children to be called Thabes, Thabies instead of babies. No, no male, no female, no labels, no nothing. How dare you? That's too good. Yeah, credit card bearer. That's not gonna be. That ain't gonna be right. The son. That's not what it would come out as. You would get 3 words. Yeah. You've done a 9-day fast. What did you do fast on? Yeah, Denny doesn't drink to get drunk. She doesn't fuck to have fun. She doesn't smoke to get high. Stop with the bullshit, Danny. Urine. Oh, yeah, on urine. CV. What is? I don't know how CV. So you drink. Oh, so you did 9 days of piss. Nice, nice, nice. I don't know. I don't know what the longest I ever did was. Probably around that. Probably around there. I've done obviously way longer on juices and water and the lemonade, the master cleanse. If I ever did the net master cleanse again, I mean, I kind of just do a lot of lemonade anyways. I just don't want to add the hot pepper because it just burns my butthole. Can't have that. I don't want a hot butthole. It's no good. Mm. Oh, that's awesome. You were building vulvas. It's like it's vaginas, the vulvas. The hot butthole. Yeah, man. That's no good. I did why did I did the master cleanse for quite a long time. But I was also using like super hot, like 180 180,000. So that's pretty hot. That was no good. Why'd you throw out the 57? What's that about? The mutt? That's mustard. What are we talking about? Ketchup. 12 equals 3. Yes. 12 does equal 3. Oh, finally, Danny's put it in there. Her grandfather's from Luzon. Luzon. Fucking Philippine. Fucking Ryan Filipino. Oh, there you go. Yellow resonant sun. And okay, a yellow resonant sun. There you go. That sounds about right. Well, that would make sense. If you're a yellow resonant sun, then a triple Aries would make a sun, and a cock would be in the morning. Wake up. So it does kind of line up, doesn't it? Cock in the morning. Caw, caw, caw. And then yeah, yellow resonant sun. That makes sense. Yeah, she see Danny knows her heritage. My people threw me into the ocean, tried to kill me. They threw me into a black market. Yeah, yeah, and it is wild when they always overlap because mine overlaps too. I wouldn't have expected it to overlap that perfect, but every time I show somebody, when you show somebody that doesn't understand astrology, and then they're like, "Yeah, that kind of makes sense," but it's so easy to. All right, try it in this one, try it in the Mayan one, then try it in this one. You try and you do it in the other ones, and it always they just go, "Huh? Yep." Those bastards. Wait, who you got? Danny, who you calling a bitch? You talking to me? Motherfucker, better watch your mouth. Well, I might be a bitch mutt. That's fine. Every bitch mutt that I know though, fuck shit up. That's the whole life goal. Here goes Danny typing proper. Cool stand. Hey, from now on I'm calling you Stand. What is that? What's that song? Come stand by me. Yeah, I think most of her skin color got worn out. Yeah, I don't know what would have worn that out. I mean, I guess the Filipino would have. French Indian aren't going to be that dark. Filipino wouldn't be. What are you talking about? Your charitable account? What are you talking about? Charitable? Oh, your charitable ministries? I told you I don't know how to unblock it. I fucking got drunk one night and blocked it. But I don't hate you. I never hated you. What the fuck are you talking about? I talk shit with everybody. And no, I don't. That's the only reason I don't unblock people is because I'm working from. I literally can go to someone's thing and block it right now, but I can't. I don't know how to go do it from my phone. Do you understand? I have to go to an actual computer and go through a whole thing, and I'd have to go find the thing and scroll down a list and go to this and click this, and then it would take me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know why I would. I don't have hate for people. Without question, do I have arguments with people? 100%. But no, I don't fucking hate you. That's a silly thing to say. I don't even know you. I don't even know you to hate you. Which is from what I know of you, I prefer you. I like you. Uh, I don't know. I've never met you in person. But besides that, I'm just saying it would take me a whole fucking thing to go into the thing to find. I can't just do it from here. It works different. It works different from a without having a PC. And even if I have the PC, I'm so not well equipped with all the buttons that I need to push to get to the point to find how the fuck to unblock you. And apparently, here's some things that have happened. There have been people that have been blocked because of other people on my channel. That I gave people wrenches. I gave too many people wrenches, and it might not even been me. Just to be clear, because I really didn't block a lot of people. I only blocked people who just being complete fucking shit stains. But other than that, I'd given a bunch of wrenches to people, and they would just block people across the board. They would just. I was like, why did? Because they would just get goofy and start like, oh, fuck this person, blah blah blah, block block block. And I was like, and I couldn't understand like why. Then I was like, motherfucker, I'll block you. Yeah, I was too giving with the wrenches, so I reeled those things in. Anyways, well there's the thing, and that's what it is. So what else? What's going on? What's going on in everybody else's world? What the hell's going on over here? Oh shit! Watch out. Yeah, 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 yeah. I don't know. It was well. At first, it was I gave them to people because it was too much to do a show, and then also have like every once in a while you get like one of the fucking not a troll but like a whatever the fucking the algorithm is, and then some they have some like here's some stupid thing to say and like get the shit off my channel. You do. I man, I had a dream once. I'm one of your hey Danny, if I'm one of your kids, he loved his women but he hated his children. Tell your dad if I am suck a dick. Tell him he can suck my dick and make all these kids and I'll take care of them. How dare he? Yeah. Well, maybe he shouldn't be sticking his dick so many places, dirty motherfucker. Seems like the rest of them are doing pretty okay. No, no, I yeah, I set him a mutt. Oh, whatever. Got hose. Your bitchness. Queen bitchness. Yeah, I wonder about the new world if you would maintain in your cuntiness. I wonder if you would. I think your attitude is only subject to predicated upon past history with shit for stains. But hey, what do I know? Oh yeah. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. Hey, also, there you go. Done. I forgot you changed it. I forgot you changed it. You're a beekeeper now. There, done. Easier than I thought it would be. Yeah, go back to sleep for the year. Wake up and do your damn thing. I don't know who David is now. We do some Earth, Wind, Fire shit. Hmm. Holy hell! What the hell is this? Beep boop boop bop boop. I'll be with you guys in one moment. Oop. Okay, I'm back. Who am I listening to? Who still thinks they're living on a ball here? Mark, I'm gonna go piss into something. You guys have fun talking. I'll be back in a second. Oh shit! We can almost go back out. We can almost go back out to the outer realm there. I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about anymore. Yeah, cool. How about this? It's 1:30. I think I think I can get back outside in a few minutes here. I'm going to relieve myself, take a shit and all that. Uh, Perhaps have a snack. But I'll be back on here a little later, hopefully outside. Oh. And you're mortal? You're all immoral as far as I'm concerned. You immoral orals. But anyways, I'm going to get out of here because I have nothing else to say right now when you guys are babbling on about Babylon. Stay cool. It's good to see everybody. And I'll probably be at, what time is it? 1:30, 2:30? I don't know. Hopefully. No, I just from this angle, I don't know what you guys are in your own little conversation. So, yeah. I'm going to go do something else for a little bit. And... Yes, the Slavic. I don't know. Am I Slavic? A slave of a god. Thank you. There it is. Non-mortal. Good choice. Good choice of words. Anyways, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. You guys have a good time. Hopefully the sun comes back out, and we'll do some weird shit. And come join. It'll be weird. Bye.